Third reading of Senate Bill 472, Senate Draft 1, relating to marijuana.
Discussion. Senator Sloan.
Yes, thank you. Madam President, I rise in support of this bill with reservations.
Please proceed.
The objective was to clearly delineate and separate possession of 1 ounce of marijuana from a criminal penalty to a civil penalty and civil action. And I support that. But if we're going to do that, I think we should be really clear. This bill leaves a fine of $1,000 in it, which is pretty hefty for a civil penalty and for one that previously had been $100. So I think that if we're going to move in any direction and we want to change something, that we should make it very clear. This is not that clear. Thank you.
Further discussion. Senator Ruderman.
I'd also like to express my reservations with the bill. I'm glad we're moving to decriminalize this, but I think a $1,000 fine is way too high for something we're trying to decriminalize. I appreciate that this is a work in progress, and I hope to see it develop along the way, so I'll be supporting it with reservations.
Senator Senator English.
Madam President, I rise in support of the measure.
Please proceed.
Members, as you know, this is a work in progress, and I'm sure that we all understand how our process works. The highest civil penalty you can impose is $1,000. So why not send a measure to the House with the highest, hoping that the House will now have something to work with, and perhaps they would lower it in their deliberations. So I think that all of us understanding the strategy of the Senate and how we move ahead, we should support this measure, because we did pass a measure similar to this in previous legislatures. And to speak more to the measure, this is a fundamental shift in our public policy and how we relate with marijuana. So I think that this is a prudent beginning. If you recall, I introduced 3 measures: 1 completely legalizing marijuana, 1 decriminalizing, and 1 allowing for the compassion centers. I do believe this is the most prudent way to go, because we're setting the foundation. First step is to decriminalize. If you remember way back when in the mid-90s, for those of you that were here, traffic infractions were criminal. And the first step in dealing with that was to decriminalize traffic infractions. And we've been dealing to move it out of the criminal code and move it to the civil code. So I ask that you support this measure, realizing full well that this is a major policy shift for us. Thank you.
Further discussion, members. Senator He.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise in support as
Please
well.
proceed.
Just a few remarks to follow up on the previous speaker, who is the author of this bill. He is correct. The Senate has moved a measure like this previously. It does not make smoking marijuana legal or lawful. Smoking marijuana is still illegal. What it does is save the court backlog system, according to a study done, of $9 million. And what this bill also does is by moving it to the civil side, is it imposes the mandatory fine that's presently allowed by law of $1,000. The previous speaker is absolutely correct that it provides for the House meat on the bone, because as was done previously, the House chose not to hear the bill. It gives the House the opportunity to make deliberative decisions and save taxpayers $9 million by making the crime of smoking marijuana a civil penalty and still unlawful by law. Thank you.
Further discussion, members. If not, do we have unanimous consent? No votes for Senator Ruderman. Reservations for Senator Ruderman.
25 ayes.
Senate Bill 472, Senate Draft 1, passes third reading.